the layup.
And the work rate that Kawhi shows on every play, never takes a moment off, and that can lead to second chance opportunities.
Morant against Lowry. Here's Leonard. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Morant finds Aldama. There's Williams with the 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Over in the corner, Green tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Aldama, and that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Raptors ball.
Lowry up top, pass to Siakam, and that one drops for him.
Oh, great feed by Lowry. He'd rather pick up an assist than score a bucket.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Morant passes to Aldama. Bain kicks to Jackson. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
I think the defender really affected that shot.
Green lays it up off the glass.
And the all-around game of Siakam, so adept at working the ball to open guys.
Here's Aldama. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And for a big man, he's as versatile as they come. I mean, he shoots it, he handles it. He's also a terrific passer. You name it, he can do it. Oh, such a crafty player. Lowry excels at using his body to draw contact.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Toronto.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart play.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Then for the Raptors, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Siakam. Norman Powell comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Danny Green. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Rose kicks to Smart. Launches it from deep. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
Yeah, and you're not going to just have the green light for long if you're chucking up bombs like that.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Here's Stevens. And another miss by Memphis. Lowry against Jackson. Lowry passes to Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And not the most flamboyant dunker, but Ibaka goes to the rack with rude intentions nonetheless.
Now here's Smart. The offensive rebound. Outside for Jackson. Shoots over Powell. Rose passes to Stevens. Shoots over Powell. Stephens can't get it to go.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
And you couldn't get a better shot off? Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
And so here's Memphis. After the Raptors pick up 2. Nice shot by Smart.
Love it when Rose looks to share the ball, especially when his teammates are open like that.
Inside. Kicks it out to VanVleet. Good on the triple.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out, rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And here are the Grizzlies now, following Fred VanVleet's 3. No good from Clark.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Stolen by Jackson. And now the Grizzlies, fast break. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Toronto with the ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Here's Gasol and another basket for Toronto.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Rejected by Gasol. Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. Over Rose. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Raptors lead by 45. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Raptors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge, too.
In at the guard spots, Morant and Bane. Santi Aldama is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Desmond Bane went to a small high school. He says, I was the guy every game I played, so I was just getting to the rim. I didn't know how good of a shooter I was until I got to college. Now in the NBA, where does he rank himself? He says, other than Steph Curry, you're going to have to show me someone better. Kevin?
Oh, David, I love the confidence. Thanks so much. Stolen by Jackson. Morant looking around. Passes to Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
And this is part of Morant's role. As a guard, he's responsible for finding the open man.
Here's Siakam. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Raptors lead by 13.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losers.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And it's Leonard missing. Morant outside. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Ibaka's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Leonard finds Siakam. Toronto working the ball around now. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 8 points for Leonard.
Excellent job using the mid-range there. Kawhi, that's a go-to shot for him.
Over in the corner, Williams. Offline with his 3. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. Leonard the pass to Siakam. Fires from deep. And it's Leonard missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Memphis. Toronto leading by 11. Pass to Leonard. Van Vliet outside for the 3. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And he's got a smooth stroke from long range. Van Vliet doesn't just hoist them up. His three-pointers are always going to be high-quality shots.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And here's Toronto. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Shots good by Green.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
And the rejection by Leonard.
And we're accustomed to seeing this out of Kawhi, one of the best defenders in our league. Yeah, easy call.
The Grizzlies shooting their fourth free throw attempts of the game. Some changes for Memphis. Brandon Clark comes in for Santi Aldama. And it's Williams in for Bain. And then for Toronto, Norman Powell comes in for Green. And it's Lowry in for Fred VanVleet.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Memphis shooting their fifth free throw of the game here. And the technical free throw is good. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Stevens is checked in. And Toronto also making a switch. Gasol's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Williams kicks to Morant. To the middle. Here's Clark. And it's Clark with the jam.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Ibaka, no luck.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Lowry passes to Leonard. This one for three. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Incredible accuracy from Leonard, daring the defense to cover him outside.
Here's Steffens. Nothing on the board.
Come get it.
Over Ibaka, and two free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Memphis shooting their sixth and seventh free throw attempts tonight. And that one misses. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for John Morant. Toronto leading by 14. Powell for three. Rebound by Williams.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Did a great job closing the gap, making the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Jackson. And Gasol sends it back. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. .110 left in the second quarter. Smart with the ball. It's Ibaka picking him up. Count it. Clark's got his second basket.
Just a heads-up play by Smart, pushing the ball ahead. He knows not to hold that ball when someone has a good look ahead.
Jacks up a three, and it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Lowry.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Powell kicks to Leonard. Back to Powell. Toronto working the ball around now. And Lowry puts up a deep three. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. They're running. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Clark, it's good on the putback.
And all of his athleticism on display there. Clark's work ethic makes him lethal on that offensive backboard.
Over in the corner, Williams lets the three fly. Drills it from outside. Williams has got himself on the board with three there. 12 seconds left to play in the first half. On its way from Ibaka for two. Rebounded by Smart. And it's Clark with the jam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational. And so we conclude the first half. Toronto ahead, up 8.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 14 points. And that wraps up the halftime show.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Green is out there with... with Ibaka. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Powell in at the shooting guard position. Got that one up quick. Leonard's got 17.
We're seeing the offensive side of Kawhi tonight. One of the all-time great two-way players.
Outside, Bain. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 7th assist in the game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
I know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Bain passes to Aldama. Jackson with it. Finds himself wide open and drills it. 8 points for him.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
And the shot goes down. And the Raptors lead by 9.
And that was a smart pass by Leonard, willing to share it.
Here's Morant. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. There's Green with the 3. Drops in the tray.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Here's Morant. And the layup falls.
Timeout.
Morant's got 4 this quarter.
And Morant won't be denied. Exceptional at pushing through contact.
And the Raptors call time here. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, GA?
Thank you, Kevin. Now, the Grizzlies' backcourt is in the conversation for the best starting backcourt in the league. Desmond Bain says Ja is obviously the focus, and that's why I feel like we're a good combo. If they want to sell out on him and pack in the paint, then that leaves me open on the perimeter to do my damage. Kevin, back to you.
And he does a lot of damage. David, thanks. A great tandem indeed. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist from Van Vliet. And that's now 22 points for Kawhi Leonard. Morant against Van Vliet. And a wide open look for Bain. And it's slammed in by Williams.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Over in the corner, Williams. Back to Morant. From past the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Morant's got 9.
What a confident shot by Morant. Gets the hot pass and puts it right up.
Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Williams for 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Now just a 2-point Raptor lead.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Yeah. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Jackson. In for Memphis. Smart comes in for Bain. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Morant, and another basket for Memphis.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
And it's so much easier said than done, but now it's all about keeping that momentum going for them.
Offensive rebound, and out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Jackson. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. And the Raptors miss again. And here's Morant. 11 points in the game. And there's the pass to Williams. Leonard against Smart. Pass to Clark. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard brings the double team. The 3 from Morant. Memphis keeping it alive with a new 14. And it goes down 2 points.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Toronto calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
I'm sure Coach is going to give them an earful about that. He can't be happy with that soft interior D.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And look at Kawhi's rhythm. It's a fluid motion from him getting the ball to putting up the shot.
To the paint. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got his second bucket.
And you got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Williams comes in for Williams. And it's Luke Kennard in for John Morant. Van Vliet gets to Leonard. It's Clark with the rebound.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
And, guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
And again, no good by Toronto.
And the great shooters know enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Back to Smart, fires the 3. That shot off.
Loose ball.
Grizzlies making a switch here.
Going the other way.
Stevens is checked in. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Toronto. Toronto trailing, 7-second difference, shot and game clock. And here's Green outside. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 4th assist in this one. Green's gone 2 of 5 from beyond the arc so far. Down low, it's deflected. Stolen by Van Vliet.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
To the middle. Here's Stevens, and he jams it with authority.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
John Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for Memphis. He keyed their comeback effort. He's the reason they are tied to close out the quarter. Back right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Jackson. Santi Aldama is out there with Desmond Bain. And it's Rose, and it's Kennard in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Yep, it counts. Aldama's got it all tied up now for the Grizzlies.
It's been like this all night for both teams, the offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this win.
Payne, no good.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
Lowry finds Van Vliet. Here's Leonard. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. 29 points for Leonard.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Rose can't hit.
Now, I understand that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Baseline J on the way, and another basket for Toronto.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Rose against Lowry. And it's Rose missing. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.